today is about lesson 8.3, geometric sequences and series. So we've already talked about how arithmetic mimics lines, so the slope-intercept form. So geometric is going to mimic exponential. So what is a geometric? So what it is, the definition, definition states this: a geometric sequence is a sequence whose consecutive terms have the same ratio. Have the same ratio. We're going to label a ratio as R. So R is equal to that common ratio. And things to remember about the ratio is that we're talking about things that multiply, right? So we only use multiplication, right, to get to the next term. So if you can say division, then we want to talk about how division is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So if I think about a sequence, and I'm just going to call it A1 and A2 and A3 and so forth, what you're asking yourself is, what do you multiply A1 by, right, to get to A2? Right? So we don't know what that is. So if you think about it, all you have to do is divide A2 by A1. That's your ratio, A2 over A1. So if you take your second term, divide it by your first term, you'll get your ratio. And you could do this for anything. I could have said, what can I multiply A2 by to get to A3? Right? And so I would divide both sides by A2, so R would equal A3 over A2. Right? So it does not matter. The third number of the sequence over the second, I could say A5 over A4, all that value. We want to make sure that R does not equal 0. We're not going to consider it technically a sequence. We also don't want our R value as 1 also. If it's multiplied by 1, then all of these outputs are going to stay the same. So we might remember the equation or the formula that we can use. So we have one formula that we have right here. So this will define the nth term. So this formula is our explicit formula, which means I can plug in any value in for n. So I can find the 20th term, find the millionth term, I can find the 5th term. So formula, explicit. So we're going to say A of n, and I can say my 0th term, right? So our initial value is multiplied by R to the power of n. So that's probably how we remember it from our integrated classes, right? We can also use the first term. So if I use the first term in my sequence, then and I still have my ratio, R. So in my exponent, I'm actually going to see n minus 1. So these are perfectly fine. They mean exactly the same thing. Okay. Or if I want to use my second term. So A of n is equal to A of 2, R, and then n minus 2. So whatever term value you use, you must subtract that value from n. Third term, this would be 3. Fifth term, this would be a 5. So that's the great thing about the geometric sequence, is that you don't need to necessarily have one set way to memorize it. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we are comfortable finding our common ratio. So that'll be our first set of examples. So examples, bam. Find the common ratio. So first one, it's going to look like this. So 3 to 9 to 27 to 81 to dot, dot, dot. So it continues on forever and ever. So again, I'm going to ask myself, 3 times what value is going to give me 9? Divide by 3 to both sides. So our common ratio should be a positive 3. And that makes sense. 9 times 3 does give me 27. 27 times 3 gives me 81. 81 times 3 gives me my next number. And so forth and so on. Right? We can see common ratios in problems that are positive and negative. So let's say negative 1/4 to positive 1/16 to negative 1/64. Right? Again, I'm going to ask myself, what do I multiply this by in order to get 1/16? Well, I know that I'm going to multiply this side by a negative 4/1, and I'll multiply this side by a negative 4/1. The negatives cancel each other out. 4/4 cancels each other out. I'm left with r. Negatives, it's going to stay negative. 4 goes into 16 4 times. And that makes sense. If I say 1/16 and I want to multiply it by negative 1/4, the two positive and a negative will give me a negative. 16 times 4 does give me 64. This is a finite sequence because it ends at the third term. Not only can I find my ratios, but then what I can do is I can find a value. So in this one, so let's find the 15th term of the geometric sequence, and whose first term is, let's go with 20. So first term is 20, and let's say the common ratio is, let's be crazy. Let's just go 1.05, common ratio. So there are two ways that we could go about doing this. We can either say, here's 20, there's my first term. I need to find my second term, my third term, my fourth term, my fifth term, dot, dot. I could do that until I get to my 15th term. So I could basically just multiply 20 by 1.05. Or what I can do is I can just quickly set up an equation and maybe just use my calculator. So that's what I'm going to do. So since I'm giving my first term, I'm going to use that in my equation. So I'm actually going to use this modified formula. So A1. So A of 1 is 20. I told you what the common ratio is. So 1.05. And then remember, my exponent will be n minus 1 since I used the first term. So I want to find the 15th term. So it'll be 15 minus 1. Without a calculator, we can leave it as this, 20 times 1.05 to the power of 14, right? And technically, instead of a of n, we should say a of 15. So let's be exact. But let's actually use our calculator. So let me pull up our calculator right here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. So we're going to plug in 20 and open parentheses, 1.05. Now notice I'm just multiplying by a little bit more than 1. So my numbers are not increasing by that much. And then to the power of 14. All we have to do is let the calculator do our work. And we get about 39.598. So I think I'm going to round to a of 15 as roughly 39.6, right? So again, if I take that 6, round that to a 7, take that 7, round that to a 10, and that's going to round to a 6. So, right, so we can find we can easily find the 15th term. Sometimes we don't want to necessarily find the 15th term. Sometimes we just want to find the nth term, right? So an example like that would be something like this. So maybe find the nth term for the sequence, and I'm going to say 5 to 15 to 45, dot, dot, dot. All right, notice that I actually didn't use the word geometric. So we do want to see if it is arithmetic, right? So we learned that if we add the same number each time, so 5 plus 10 will give me 15, but 15 plus 10 does not give me 45. So I can cross off arithmetic. So geometric, right? What do I multiply 15 by? 5 by to get to 15, so r has to be 3. So in order for that to be true, I have to multiply 15 by 3 to get 45. That does work, right? So to find the nth term, all that is your formula. So a of n is equal to, again, let's use our first term. So 5 times 3, and then to the power of n minus 1. Right? If you wanted to write your second term, this will be 15 times 3 to the power of n minus 1. That also works. Say you wanted to go backwards. So instead of multiplying by 3, I'm going to divide by 3. Right? So I could use my initial value. Right? Oop, that 15 should be 2, because that's 15 is my second term. My bad. Right? So 5 over 3, and then this will just be to the power of n. So all of these are different ways that I can write my nth term. So anytime you have to write your nth term, I want you to be thinking about your formula. So why don't you go ahead and let's try one more. So find the formula. And for the nth term of this sequence. So let's say 6 to negative 2 to 2/3 to dot, dot, dot. So take a moment, pause the video, see if you get the right value. All right. So again, you should have asked yourself, what do you multiply 6 by to get to negative 2? Divide both sides by 6. Always simplify your fraction, so negative 1/3. Right? So if I want to continue, if I multiply negative 2 by negative 1/3, 2 negatives will cancel out, and I am left with 2/3. Right? If I'm trying to figure out that value that came before, right, I'm just going to call it x for right now. Right? I had to multiply that by negative 1/3 to get to 6. So that means I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 3 over 1. Right? So that x value will be a negative 18. Right? So that is the term that came before it. So again, all those numbers can be used. So a formula that is going to work is a of n is equal to, let's just use our first term since we had it to begin with, negative 1/3 to the power of n minus 1.